This is a game that I've heard of. There's been some new cool tech found, some boss optimizations and stuff, and I wanted to since I did the River City Ransom tutorial a while back, I wanted to kind of go over. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Willbobsled was showing me some of his faster boss fights down the stretch in the game on his stream earlier today, and I wanted to try to replicate them myself and also try to time out like roughly how long it takes me to do this stuff normally, because like I kind of have a good rhythm for how I expect certain boss fights to go. So if I time them out and then successfully get the new strat and time that out, then we can try to figure out what types of time saves are out there. And this kind of works as like an addendum to the original tutorial as well, because the original tutorial doesn't really cover things that I don't go for, or at least like I touched on a couple things, but I didn't actually I didn't actually do any of the stuff or time out what the savings are so that I could talk about what the savings are. But the first thing I need to do, the first save, is picking the right game. That's the first save. The first thing that you need to do is select the Japanese version of the game. Because the Japanese version of the game saves about 2 seconds across text and menuing. Like the shopping is a little bit faster for Stone Hands, and I think that the text from Roxy is like a half a second faster. And the game is essentially the same. It has 3 difficulties instead of 2. So you want to pick the middle one because this is easy, and there is no easy mode in the US version, so that doesn't count. Like the speedrun category is novice, and which equates to the normal difficulty in the Japanese version. So we gotta pick this. And yeah. So let's see. So that's the first thing. And I have to credit gliitchwiitch for the assist on this one, because she was the first person that submitted a Downtown Neketsu Monogatari run to the leaderboard. And I had to decline it because she selected easy difficulty, not realizing that the middle one aligns with the novice difficulty. But was watching her run, and I was like, yeah, some of these menus look fast. And then I went out and timed it. I was like, they are fast. Cool. So that's that piece. The next piece that I want to go over is hypertapping, which is a thing that is known primarily, I would say, in the Tetris community. The concept for the original NES, well, not the original, but the NES version of Tetris, where you have to, the only way to get your piece to successfully get to one edge from the center at like max velocity is you can't just mash with your thumb. Like, sorry, I've got all this text. You can't just mash with your thumb. Like, you need to actually be like using your other hand to like use like a claw grip essentially, but use your right hand to assist with some of the very quick left or right taps. So that's what I'm going to try to do essentially. But the concept of hypertapping here is that, trying to get that dash input on transition screens. Like I think that my transition screens are not the greatest, but I think that the true benefit will be somewhere around here. So if I save a state, let me save over all these states, since I'm pretty sure these are all for the US version of RCR. Oopsie. Is this a wall or no? Okay, cool. I can run off of there. So, normally, let's see if I can. It's okay. Probably gonna get hit a bunch. Wasn't really. It's a good pattern we got here. Oh, that's not it. Bleh. Okay, so I can get out of there in like 3.6. But that's with like a deliberate up press first and not just like holding dash down. So now I'm going to try hypertapping. Alright. I believe you have to... I haven't actually tried to do this before, so... Actually, for this one, I should probably be somewhere low. That's a funny one, Tool, because I find the 1P2C run of this is actually a lot of fun. It's just a bunch of lag management, so it's pretty fun. You use the Chippendale controller grip where you have the one that have them back to back, and you're just killing Alex over and over again, or sorry, killing Kunio over and over again, just to save time, just to reduce lag anyway. Let's see. So. Nope, that was not it. So that was like half a second by itself, which is kind of cool. I'll time it again just to make sure. Nah, that wasn't very good. Dude. Yeah. So like with just if you're holding up before you get here and then you just like hyper tapping from there, then you just take off immediately. So but that manifests itself in a number of different ways. Hey Will, how's it going, man? So like I don't necessarily think that like, oh, that's half a second per screen, but that's certainly half a second per every screen that I would normally have to tap up for first. So like it's the sort of thing where if I considered every screen that I have to normally hold up before dashing, so that's what I think that would be 4 screens total, because it's this one twice, and it's the other one, the first one that I was showing this example on, twice. Maybe Thor's room, but that's cool. I'm looking forward to actually like trying out the boss fights when we get there, you know, because I want to see, like, first step is to just try and replicate them. And as I am hopefully successful with replicating your boss fights, like I'll have a better, because I wasn't necessarily paying attention to the audio as much when I was watching you do them, so I couldn't really tell very clearly how many punches were landing. But yeah, I want to pay close attention to punches as they land. So let's see. So for so like I it's tough for me to peg a time on hypertapping, but you know, like if I think that those 4 screens alone could save 2 full seconds, I would probably say for now we'll just say, you know, we'll be very conservative. We'll assume that my dashing was we'll assume that my dashing was pretty good everywhere else. Let's just go ahead and assume that. If we assume that my dashing was pretty good and there wasn't a lot of time to save everywhere else, then I'll just tack on 1 extra second on top of those 4 rooms. That's too far. There we go. And I'll just say that, let's say hypertapping saves 3 seconds by itself, which is very conservative because I think, you know, thumb mashing right on your D-pad is not nearly as good, nowhere near as good, essentially, as hypertapping. So it's just a matter of how much I would want to leverage it. So yeah, so let's move on. I think I'd already saved a state there, but that's okay. Empty warehouse. What is this? That's not the homeboys. Not that it really matters. Oopsie. Glass pixel. Oh yeah. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember if I go here. Oh yeah, so I'm in a good spot there. Okay, yeah, let's do this again. That's fine. I couldn't remember whether or not you spawned in a position where you could run into the box or run into the walls and die. Just immediately upon pressing down. Dang it, Bobby. Oh yeah? I wasn't sure, so I wanted to test. Wow. This is great stuff. This is great content right here. Yo, Bowley, thank you for the host. Also, thank you, folks, for contributing marbles toward the high score challenge. I do appreciate that very much. Alright, yeah, so first of all, like, so I did, in the other tutorial, illustrate the blade hop. Which is just going to be difficult to get. It's too early. That double dash is kind of tricky. But it is faster than 3 swings, I think. Oh, well, that's what I want to test. Nice. That's a promise made, promise kept, right? Whatever the hell that means. Not a lot of room there. I really want to get wider than I am. Ooh. There's both at the same time, Will. That was, he did the quick hop up and I did the double dash, but yeah, there isn't time to get any more hits in. Okay. So it definitely feels like you're saying, you can't necessarily go for both. Hey, Dev. Did I read correctly that it was your birthday, either today or yesterday? Alright, so I should time this. Normal way. I was a little slow on that coin grab, but 17 and change. Yeah, 17 and a half, thereabouts. Gotcha. Well, happy belated birthday. I hope it was a good one. What did you end up streaming? All right, so 17 and a half. So now let me try to get the fight with the double dash in. Yeah, it's half a second. Oh, nice. Alright, so you're doing a double dash on that first round after he drops. Seems to be. Oh, I wish I was actually going for it proper. Hold on a sec. I should go for that. Okay, yeah. So it's interesting to know. That is a good point. So the hop is much less reliable than a double dash. So, Will, that's good information to have. Is that both the hop, if you were aiming for it, which is super tight, and the double dash, which you can just do if your spacing is good, are about half a second faster than the normal fight. So this is good. Good info. Since this is a text file, let's see. Oh, that one was good. Okay. Yes, combined, you lose the run. If you try to combine them, you don't get anything. You get nothing and like it. Okay. Ow. Oh, I don't have a chain. Oh, I accidentally tapped left. My B. Right, so this is the next bit here. Perfect. Okay, this is the save state that I want. It's like I did it intentionally. This will give me an empty warehouse now because I saved the state as I'm walking in. So there's a couple of different things going on here. My normal route is in an empty state is like this normally. That was a little... I want to wait for the fade out. So 9.5 seconds. My normal way. Which that's optimal. Like that's, you know. Chain throw back up for which part? I apologize. I may have looked away. I was not looking at your comment. You try to get the first up left input just before the fade in. So, because essentially you are what, like double tapping up and left. So this is the thing that I don't necessarily, because to me, what it looks like when I watch your VODs, because this is the jump that Nisa has been able to do for years, and I've never quite been able to figure it out, is that it looks like it's like you're double tapping and then holding up and left, and then you're jumping and pressing right. That was close. I'm jumping too early. I just want to jump immediately. Okay, I got the right depth there. I have to press right sooner. I am not getting my left presses, I guess. Like, this has plagued me. For years, I've just never been able to figure this out exactly, so... Like, is there a visual cue that you use for when to jump? Or... So, like, thereabouts? Or... Ah, walls. Love walls around here. It's like maybe something like that. Like, the timing on this is just so foreign to me. It's too early. And like, doesn't feel like when I look at my input display, like I don't really know if I'm, because it's just, you're not tapping up or left first. It's up and left, right? It's a double tap of that diagonal input. Oh, okay. Too early. Hey, there it is. So that is a jump that is faster, but now I want to be able to do it in like a full run through of the warehouse. So it's like, yeah, it's jump and then right, but I mean, we're talking like it's not jump and right, it's jump then right, but you're talking like frames. I felt like this was going to be the hardest thing I did the entire night. Because I haven't been able to do this pretty much ever. So getting it that one time was already pretty good. It's a good guide. I'm just so eager to jump. That's late. That's early. Turned right early. I just want to jump more than anything in the world. I want to jump. Wah wah. So you can see, everybody watching here can see how tight this jump is. Because essentially you need to build up speed. You can't go up too far because you just go right out the door. You want to go up and left, but you need to start running up and left. And then right around here you want to jump, but you're holding up and left until right after you jump, and then you're pressing right. Because if you continue to hold up and left, you'll land up on the box and then bounce off of it because you've got too much momentum. So you need to do this quick hop and then stop. Like hold right to kill your momentum and stop on the edge of the box and then walk back and right and then do your big leap. Okay. Yeah, there's that. I mean, I might as well, like, I might as well be tinkering with this while using the timer so that when I finally get it right, we have a time. Or I could just, like, leave the timer running. But I'd really like to just be able to have it to go by, so... They're school uniforms. It's closer. Further away. I want to jump so fast. It's okay, we'll get there. Rats. It's okay. No! This game's too hard. Early. It's a full second faster, and that's why it's worth it. There we go. But because I did it exactly like one time with a timer, that is meant to illustrate how much of a pain in the ass that jump is. But again, like that's the whole thing, is that I never learned how to do it. So thank you, Will, because now I know how to do it properly. Like the input display was a guide, but also you're helping kind of walking me through the timing, and I appreciate that. All right, so the next thing is not necessarily for, it's not for nailing a run. I think it's more for saving a run, but we'll do all the checks and whatnot. We will do the appropriate. Oh, it's easy now. See that? Look how easy that is now. Whoa. Okay. Ugh, these patterns. One of the trade-offs for this, for running the Japanese version, is that while the text is faster, the money is a bit tighter. You need 3,000 yen in order to buy stone hands, and Will discovered it's not just if you get like the 10 homeboys coins, which was always the bane of the US version, was like if you get homeboys everywhere and you get 2 of the coins in the warehouse and then 8 coins from the gangs, you're going to be like 20 cents short. It's a bit harder on this one, because while that does leave you short, so do a couple of other combinations that you would normally expect would be safe in the US version, or would be safe in the US version. Wow, so any frat guy's pattern is absolutely a reset. Like, you can't even save it. That's wild. Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, most of the time save for the text is here and the equip. It just goes really quickly. So, the next thing that I want to go over is the factory jump. Oh, that's good too. I didn't even think about that text. So, like, I still think it's fair to say that it's roughly 2 seconds. So, like, we're trying to put, you know, quantifiable advantages here of going for some of this harder stuff, some of this high-end stuff. Which, again, to me, it's high-end. But, you know, like, I think there's potential for, you know, most of the stuff probably will end up being high-end, except maybe for the hypertapping and using the Japanese version. You know, I think of some of this other stuff, I don't know if people are going to want to implement hop kicks into fights and stuff, but it's just at the beginning, so we'll see. We will see. All right, so yeah, let us try to get so that's the backup. I ended up doing the backup first. So that's the backup. If you're late on the factory jump, Will has shown us through some different examples of work that he's done with this game that the concept of like stored momentum that drives the gymnasium jump has practical applications elsewhere. And that's one of them. And it's not even that you don't have to do a big jump first. You just have to build the speed up. And then the speed is effectively stored until you tell it to change by running. I think that's roughly what it amounts to. So like if you run a great distance and then something stops you, or you stop yourself by tapping left the other way, I think. Like I've seen you do this in the gymnasium as like a backup when you're like running back on a dead run, where you build up momentum and then you just kind of walk up to the balance beam and you're still able to have that momentum drive you up to the top. So, but that notion works here, where essentially if you go for the gymnasium jump, you go, oh rats. If you can get that big, that like dash and a run, or dash and a jump, like in that frame window, and again, I don't know how wide the frame window is, but if you practice it, you kind of get a feeling for it. It's always better to be late now. It's forever better to be late. Because you at least have a chance. You have one extra try. To get back up there. And that's, you know, by contrast. So that's what, 8 3/4 seconds? It's okay, we'll get one. So yeah, like now it's like, how long does this take? Ugh, without getting hit, of course. Yeah, so I'll get to like actually hitting the jump just to see like as a backup how good of a backup it is, but first I want to try to illustrate how much better it is than missing this jump. Go through the flippin' door. That was not. So if you miss the jump, and go through the door. Oh wow. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Will? That it's about the same amount of time as going through the door? I mean, the thing is, like, there could be different amounts of lag with the different gang spawns that I'm getting. So what if I intentionally drop down like this? They all feel like they're about the same. Will, thank you for gifting that sub. I appreciate that, sir. Jove, enjoy that gifted sub from Will and all of the emotes that come with it. Ow. Yeah, and then that the standard gymnasium jump is like half a second faster. Oops. Doesn't help if I don't start the timer. Well, I guess I should do that without the kick as well. Like actually just getting the jump. Well, I should have timed the back up there again. What I should also do here is be hyper tapping Dang it. You can, really. I always thought I would run into it. Oh, I guess you run into it if you aren't holding a direction. Okay. Neat. Wow, okay. So that, I mean, holding right. Just hold right, forehead, is another good one. I assume that you can do that on the store as well. Yeah, okay. Neat. Cool. Alright, so like, but the factory jump back up, so it feels like it's kind of negligible. But, you know, it's, so, like, it's just more of a, do you think it's more of a swag thing? Or it could potentially be good, but it needs, good lag, potentially, or like less lag than there actually normally is? I don't really know. It looks really cool, it looks like it should be faster, but... You feel like you feel like you've hit Thor's door? Wait, try going left in that. Thor's right door. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, so you have to be more careful with Thor's door. That's good. I'm normally walking up to it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, alright. So yeah, I'm gonna, just to save a little bit of space here, and because it is a backup, I'm going to save a little bit of space. Actually, we're going to remove the blade hop as well, because I don't want to double count the time savings there. I'm just going to focus on stuff that's not in my PB that could be, essentially. That I'm not even going for, so it wouldn't even be in my golds, because it's just not something that I've even attempted. Alright. So, excellent. Okay. So now we get to the fun stuff. Kobayashi shakedown? Okay. So. I had to watch the clip again real quick just to make sure that I get it right. Okay. So this might take a couple tries, but... as I try to get the timing down. Whoops. Gotta do the punches first. Punches. You know, the A button. I have to hold right, don't I? That would make sense. Okay, I'm getting there. I've never tried this before, so... Oh, I was too slow in the next bit. I think I'm jumping too late there. Nah. Oh, he's not dead. There it is. The Kobayashi Shakedown. Like, that was it, right? Nice. So, if I save state right here. Standard kill. 11 seconds. Dang it. Less than 10 seconds. And that wasn't even clean. Oops. No, you have to start the timer when you run. Stop it. Stop it. Not starting the timer at the right time. Ooh, I'm hitting that jump button too late again. Okay. Yeah. Was that what you meant by 3 dash stone hands and 1 neutral throw? Or does it have to be like 2 and then the throw and then 1? I let go of right. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's so that as the without doing anything fancy at all. So that's the backup essentially, where if I don't get the jump, I could just like run over and stone hands him again. Cool. Turn, damn you. Gotcha. Oops. One of the big things I have to train myself on is with hop kicking. Because when I hop kick, I want to keep kicking. I just like naturally want to keep kicking. So... So it's How many punches of stone hands are supposed to land on the first bit? Oh, wow. I so reflexively let go of right. That wasn't necessarily, that was like half a second faster. Let me watch it again, just to make sure. The timing to get that third punch to land and still get the jump off is pretty tight. Also, I think, let's see, maybe punching later is helpful for the first round. Positioning is still kind of in front of him. Meh. There we go. I feel like I get in better position if I overlap our sprites a little bit and then start landing the punches. Because that's a solid 2 seconds ahead. So oh, I punched too early. I think that was good. I just punched too early. There we go. Oh, baby. Yeah, this is a solid 2 second save. So good. It's great stuff, and it's really fun. It feels really good when you get it right. Nice. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're up to the next one, which is the Ivan fight, because the fun doesn't stop. Does not stop here. And there's nothing fancy to this except for the hop kick at the beginning. But first, let's do a normal fight. So... Seven rounds. 15 seconds. Oopsie. I didn't save my state. Well, that's not really going to be a good guideline now, is it? Alright, anyway, hold on. It's okay, I just want to do this again. Yeah, hold on a second. I want to check something. Not that. Okay, yeah, that doesn't kill him. Oh, what the? It's too slow. That's so cool. That's so neat. I like it a lot. Ow. Alright, now then. Let's start from, like, here. Right, so it's like, I have to think about... I like that, at P speed. I think it's a good, it's a good representation. Let's see, is this... No, that's not far enough. Is that good? Is that's how the fight is, right? Like, when he opens the door, I hop up here and then just sneak in through the door. Alright, so I should just do a standard, assuming I can get 7 rounds out of him. I think that was 7, right? Okay, so 16 seconds for a 7-round fight. Ooh. Nice musical glitch there. So 16 seconds. Oh, is this still too far back? Or not far enough back? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure I've got the position right, so. Don't jump again by accident. Hey, Say, how's it going? So I should time it from here now. Standard kill. Seven-round kill. Okay. 16 and a quarter from here. Oops. Started the timer weirdly. Alright, I gotta tap down a smidge, or I have to just be down a bit further. I don't know if that kick landed. I'm not sure it did. I want to try to get the positioning right. Jump, back, hop, left, then open. Those are all words, but... So you need to like hesitate in midair to make sure that he spawns so that the kick lands? Is that what that's like, is that why you intentionally kind of hang in the air a little bit? Like you can't perfectly time a full speed jump because he's just not out yet? Okay. Oops, I didn't press down first. Stop. No, dash when I want you to dash. I didn't press down again. But I want to train myself to... I expect myself to be on the back pixel, and I just have to train myself this way, otherwise I'm not going to be careful enough. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I want to jump even later than that. Let me in. I want the Ivan skip. So for the purposes of this, I am going to tap down a pixel. Aha, there you go. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible punches there, though. So that's 6 rounds. It's not... Oops, I split way too early. So... There's 5. There you go. That is a 1.5 seconds. Let's try it again. Yeah, because you were doing like the bounce off the wall, right? Is that what you were doing? You were doing the wall kick into like the hop kick stone hands combo? I can be more patient there. Yeah. Like his getup, his recovery is weirdly slow there, just because so much time has already passed, or so much damage has already been dealt. There we go. So it's almost 2 seconds. It's almost 2 full seconds saved. Not only that, for me, personally, I don't consistently get 7 rounds in this fight. It is 2 seconds saved. I think I gotta get all the punches, though. I don't think I did. Yeah. I have to, personally, I have to work on the timing on rounds 2 and 3. It's a bit off for me. Ah. Oh, but like not there. It's yo, Snake with the raid. So the backup, if I'm going for 5 rounds and I don't get it, is to throw Ivan left after round 3. Like if I know I didn't get the punches in, do it after round 3. This time I got it, so. That's so good. That is 2 full seconds. Okay. So now just for my own curiosity's sake. Snake, what were you playing tonight? Thank you so much for the raid. This is 6 rounds, but it was intentionally 6 rounds. 6 rounds is still... Yo, FBS, what's going on, man? So, a 6-round fight where I don't get all 6 punches is still just as fast, or a tiny bit faster than the standard 7-round kill, which is great. So now, let me see if I can do that. So, but it has to be 5 punches. Like, I can't, because that was, like, intentionally really bad, and I only had 4. So... That's none. That's none punches. That's a jump. I'm not even thinking about the right thing to do here. That's a jump again. Okay, well that was really bad. That was a really slow throw. The headbutt isn't here. Is headbutt here? I don't see headbutt anywhere. That, I think, was only 1 punch. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's gotta be 5. Gotta be 5. I don't think I'm gonna have the presence of mind to go for that throw. I think I'm just gonna eat the time loss if I don't get the 5-round strat right. And I have to jump, I have to position myself better. I want to be out in front of him so that I can align. Yeah, I really need to work on that 3rd round. There we go. 5 rounds, baby. 2 full seconds saved. Actually, this is not what I want. We're gonna try to load this up all optimal style. Here we go. There's 3 pipes in here. Brilliant. Okay. So, forgiving that, well, first of all, let me note the time save on Ivan. There we go. I'd like to point out that we're already above 10 seconds. We're already above 10 seconds saved. I could even drop the hypertapping back down to like literally just hypertapping those 4 screens and saving 2 seconds and being like, well, that's still, you know, and then we're at 9.5. But this one is cool. This next one is really cool, which is good because I think, you know, compared to previous optimal strats, this might be the coolest one. So, earlier in the fight, I threw a pipe down this end. That was intentional. This fight does hinge on having a pipe and chucking it down this way. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get the timing for that, for the big jump kick. I need to figure out where specifically I want to be. It's too early. Let's try there. That's too early. Oopsie. Yeah, that's not as bad, but they're a 5-round Otis fight. Now, so let's do this all normal like. Seven-round Otis. $18 seconds. Okay. Nice and clean. Clean gymnasium jump. Everything's fine. So, now, let's try this. Perfect. Okay, I gotta be... The timing is a bit touchy here, but that's okay. That's the whole point. Oops. Did not get the, yeah. Rats. I missed the jump at the end. Oops. I don't have to run back that far. I'm overrunning it because I don't need to get him to run back to the pipe. I need to get back to the pipe, which I will walk my way back to by the correct round. So let's tighten this up a little bit. Oh, I missed the jump at the end. What was my time for the other one? Is it 17 or 18? I already forget. I mean, it wasn't 16. That's for sure. So it might not be as big of a time save as I was hoping it would be. But it looks the shit, though. So it's remarkable to me that, like, all the setup, the amount of time that you take to set up the 5-round Otis fight with the jump kick and the into the stone hands, and then with the pipe throw that reduces it to 5 rounds. I wonder if the setup time just doesn't make it worthwhile. I'm just gonna enjoy this banger though, real quick, while I think about this in my head. So the backup for this is a 6-round fight, because the 5-round only works. Here's the catch with that 5-round fight. We're pretty sure it only works with the pipe specifically. The stick doesn't do enough damage. The chain might. It might. We didn't actually test it with the chain. Or at least, like, Will, when I was watching you earlier today, or I guess it would be yesterday for you, depending on what part of the stream we were up to at that point. We were... I think, like, without the pipe, it's just 6 rounds, right? Six rounds without shenanigans. Boy, I'm having trouble getting that second round, though. But I guess I don't necessarily have to get the second round at the door. Let's see. Because, again, like, I have to consider a lot of running. Oh, rats. Thanks, Link7s. I do appreciate the effort. I see I have at least one unread Discord message. I apologize. I haven't been checking them since I went live. Let's see something here. Three, 4, 5, 6. Dang it. Easy. With a bump from player 2. Dang, well, that doesn't help. Well, it would be pretty funny, though. Well, I often wondered, we used to, like, we perpetually joke about Marble Madness, like, that there's one section in the run that requires you to use the A button to get through, So you can't have a run, like a meme run, where you don't use the A button and you only use the D-pad. And it's up at the top of Ultimate. But I did wonder if you could get extra momentum by, if you did co-op, no A press, and you get both of them up on the ramp, and you could knock one into the other and knock them over that pit. I have to test that at some point. Alright, so that 6-rounder seemed pretty even with my PB strats. But again, I have to, you see, like that, because that's the ultimate meme run, is co-op no A press. Oh, why did I start the timer then? I need to not be walking away from him. I need spacing. Of course, that needs to be a dash too. Yeah, so like the high 17. Like that's pretty consistent with. Pretty much lose a second every time I don't get that first try. It's good to know it's only a second though. Yeah, high 17. Because with the 7-rounder, the 7-rounder is so mindless because you really don't have to get that many punches in. Like you can whiff. You have to whiff a lot before it becomes an 8-round fight. I don't know how many times, but the original one in the route is pretty safe. But let's try to do this the right way with the pipe again. That was kind of slow. I mean, it is half a second faster. But you'd have to have the presence of mind while fighting gangs to throw the pipe. So this is unfortunate, Will, because this feels neutral because you have to throw the pipe. Like, I don't have that baked into the numbers. It is a time save. It is technically faster. That stinks, Link. So, Link, it's one of those funny things where Ellipsis has sworn that he's gotten a 6,000 bonus on the practice race. Like, I think he said he's done it twice, but he wasn't recording either time he did it. But MBD and I would very much, I mean, and Ellipsis would like it too. We would love to be able to figure out exactly what it would take to get a 6,000. It's good to know that there are spots on the ground that are coded for 6,000. Yeah, he stood back up, but I lost the 5-rounder. I must not have gotten all my hits in. I might have split a little early there, I'm not sure. I think it's probably also worthwhile for me to figure out exactly where up here I want to jump. Because this is not, but that is. So if I want to optimize, like I don't want to jump all the way into the door. I just want to get to the first pixel of the door. That's where I feel like the rest of the time save comes from, because the whole point is that you, by taking the direct route on the balance beam, you don't have to deal with the recovery time from landing. $16. Okay. So there's a little bit of leeway. Considerably enough leeway. Oh, let me check this one more time here. So yeah, I think that's what I want right there. Like, for me, it's like it's funny because it's much like when I'm doing the gymnasium jump from the back. Right here, like the middle of this grate is when I want to jump, because then it lands me like here, and then when I hit the jump from there, like you're just starting to land and lose momentum as you hit the door. So let's try with a more optimized gymnasium jump. Nope. Not getting that dash input. Oh, well, so again, this was July of 2016. But when Nisei timed it out, it was faster to do the gym jump than the task jump. I think it was based purely on, like, what was it based off of? Because like the amount of slowdown that you get. Oh, it's not there. It's at the grate. That's right. It's at the grate. That and the frame window fucking blows. Like, it's so easy to overshoot this. And if you have to slow down to adjust, then you're just losing more time, you know? Meh. Like that. Like, that's the task jump. But the timing of it kind of sucks. It's real easy to overshoot it or undershoot it. Whereas at least with the gymnasium jump, it's like you just have to hit the inputs right, and it doesn't really matter where you are. Like, as long as you're making sure you're on that back pixel, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. Does that make sense? No. I mean, I could time it out. So like what I had, like a mid 17. Let's go normal strats. Try to do the task jump. No. I landed. I did the jump right, and then I didn't turn and do the next jump correct. I did the easy part slow. I think the timing for that is kind of wonky too. I have not played with task tools before. I've only ever I've used the task editor, in FCEUX to just read files to like see what the inputs are, but I've never tinkered with like literally anything. You know, like I'm slowly working on a task of yes, yes, FCEUX, or as I like to pronounce it, fucko. Because how else are you gonna pronounce that? Wait, what am I doing? I'm caught in two minds here. Now I'm like, I'm thinking about the task jump. Hold on. Cool. Like, I don't know how to do Lua scripts or anything. Not that I think I need to for any of the stuff that I'm working on, but you know, it's almost better to jump a little later and get that bounce where I'm punching right to left. Because as long as all the punches still land. That's not what I wanted to do. Ah, he's too far away. Dang. I could probably bait him out a little bit. I don't know, though. Well, this whole thing is about baiting anyway, so... Nope. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm still thinking about the task jump. No. Do the dash. Do dashy stuff. Dash. I'm not remembering what I'm working on now. Dang. I feel like that could have been faster. Yeah, like that is part of the reason why I just wanted to see if there was any way you could like highlight on, like, just illustrate for me exactly where the good pixels are, and I could just try to just screw around with it on my own just to see what I can do. But I understand like the concept, and again, like, I rarely ever use like memory watch or anything. Like, I've only ever seen other people do it, but like earlier today Will was using memory watch to show like stamina and willpower for enemies in this game, and it was just super cool to see in action. So like, if there's a way for me to easily see how like the marbles speed, which I'm not necessarily sure that that's a value that is just available, but if there was one, that would be really cool. No, not kick. Nice. I appreciate that. Dang. That didn't really work. That doesn't work. Oh, now I'm getting caught. Okay. So like, I could make the argument that as long as I get that gymnasium jump lined up perfectly, that with the pipe you can save a full second. So I think that's probably accurate to say, is that that's about 1 second faster. Yeah, it's so silly when you like land but you don't land and then you land again. Let's see. So rats, too close. Too close. Oh, it's too late. Dang it, Bobby. That's too late. Okay. So what I did right there was just like the assumption of no weapon. I can still get a 6-round fight, and it's 6-round with no weapon throw at all. So, which roughly matches what my PB is. Snap. Look at this guy. Oh. Alright, anyway. So yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna put 1 second down. Or maybe I should try to actually get it to save a full second. Well, I think I did. I think I did that one other time. No, I didn't get it. That's a second. That's a full second. Okay. All right, cool. The position of the pipe will change. You mean like where it lands after I throw it? Is different whether I'm just like standing throw or running throw? So like if I just pick one up casually while I'm clearing trash and chuck it without running? That's a good point. So if I do a running throw, does it bounce farther? Yeah. Because which one would put it closer to the wall? The standing throw or the running throw? And this is my save state now. That's okay. I should have grabbed that pipe. I mean, I could probably test it with a stick as well, but I'd rather test it with an actual pipe. Okay. Well, that's what I did. Because while I was just clearing trash. Ow! Probably just use any old wall to illustrate, right? So that gets to the door. Oh, yes. So if I run and throw it, it's probably nowhere near him. I don't know. Oh, I should have grabbed the chain to see if the chain works. Oh no. Yeah, it looks like I did a standing throw to get the pipe in that spot. Okay. Well, we're still going to chalk it up as a full second, so... So. Who's Tex? So the first thing I need to do here, realistically, is do a 9-round fight. This is the one thing that Will and I have been talking about off and on here, is that I showed him a 9-round fight with just stone hands on the US version. And I think with the data, it was a little perplexing. But I never actually did it on the Japanese version, so let's try. That's not it. There it is. I didn't stop the timer because the text seemed weird to me. I have to do it again though, so I should just, as soon as I recognize that or as soon as he hits the ground on the 9th round is when I should stop the timer. There you go. Yeah, I'm just going to do it on death, just to illustrate. Because I lose control, I can't reset the save state if I let it go all the way to fade to black. You lose all your control. So, okay. 16 seconds for a 9-round fight from here. Now... Also, it was really cool that I just did it twice in a row. Oh, it's too low. I want to get the timing of the jump here. Yeah, I think I missed a punch somewhere along the way. I don't remember how many punch, like, if it's like, so what's the deal here is that if I... Yes. Yeah, that's one thing that we haven't really been able to hone in on. Because it feels like as you load states, as you move from room to room, it feels very frame dependent. What gang spawns you get, and some are very unfavorable. We'll say that that's the generous way to put that without swearing, is that they're very unfavorable patterns. But there's specifically a couple, like if there was any way that we could line ourselves up so that we end up having a good chance of getting an empty warehouse exterior so that we get a free crate to take into the warehouse, then that's what we would aim for. So if it was like a certain window of frames from the time you press start, like that's something that we could use. Yeah. I'm sure it has, but yeah, like not by me. So there's a lot of information that I just don't have. Okay, so let's see here. Let me try to do... Yeah, so that, I'm not quite getting 9 rounds with that, which is okay because there's a backup for it. Which I still didn't even get. Wow, he's not even dead on 10. Boy, I must have missed a ton of punches. There probably need to be is that a running... I have to do a running throw of that pipe as the backup. Can't remember. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong there. Hop kick into the stone hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. And he's just dead. Blech. There we go. That's the 9 with the backup pipe throw. The whole point here is that 9 rounds without any new strats, 9 rounds is like dead solid perfect. It's very, very hard to get in an actual attempt. So more often than not, you're looking at 10 or 11. Okay, so that's the math. All right. I felt like I've missed too many. Nah. What am I doing? So what you're saying is that I'm cheating. That felt like just a standing one. All right, cool. Cool. Good counting. So the key to this whole fight for getting 9 rounds, the way that Will has it broken out. I'm so good, I register more punches than are actually thrown. The key to this whole fight here is, in order to improve your chances of a 9-round fight, you do the hop kick first as the lead-in, and then in rounds 2 through 6, If you land all 15 punches, then you don't need to do anything extra. You just keep punching his lights out. 3 punches per round. It's easier to get the 3 punches per round on the last 3 rounds because the wake-ups are slow and he's on willpower. However, if you miss a punch out of the 15 during rounds 2 through 6, then you at least need to add a standing thrown pipe after the 6th round. If you miss 2 punches, then you need to add a running thrown pipe after the 6th round to rebalance everything. So let me see if I can get it. Let me just try a few things here. Like that. That was perfect. Nope. Oh, okay. Yep. So that was 17. I forgot to stop it when he dies because I forgot that's what we're doing here. But I had like a low 16, right? Save around. Oh, right. This is, yeah. Now I remember watching you do this stuff. I wasn't watching that as diligently, and I don't have a clip for it. So let me work on some timers here, and then maybe I'll tinker with that a little bit. I missed one. Yeah, that's when. So that's the thing. There's a part of this strat that is meant to intone that just hitting 9 perfect rounds of stone hands is better than everything. Except for the whole 7 round. Except when you get into the really wild shit that Will's talking about. But so the things I'm going to try to compare here are not necessarily time saves over a natural 9-rounder. They're time saves over a natural 10-rounder. And that was pretty close to my natural 9-rounder. That's only like a quarter of a second off, which is pretty good. And then if that's what you're aiming for, if that's your goal, is to do that 9-rounder with the hop kick at the front, then you have your layers of backups. If you're not hitting all the punches in the middle section, and you have to layer in a pipe throw. So let's try to get times on those. That actually, does that really work out to be the same amount of time with the pipe throw in it? That was pretty weird. Keep doing that. And then if you have to do, like, I felt like it should probably be like half a second slower or so. This is more in line with my expectations, where it takes you almost 1 full extra second to do the running thrown pipe to guarantee, like, if you're not sure how many punches you've missed and you need to cover off on that. And the safest way is to just do the thing that does the most damage, which is the running thrown pipe. I don't think I did a little, like, jump kick to start the jump. Yeah, overshot him. I think this is perfect. Yeah. And again, that only loses like 1/4 of a second to 3/10 of a second. Compared to my, like, the what I'm referring to as the natural 9-rounder for no real good reason. But so what I want to illustrate here is that the slowest one compared to a 10-rounder. So it was 17 seconds. 17 seconds for the 9-rounder with the running thrown pipe. Damn it. Humor me. I'm trying to get a 10-rounder now. And I got a 9-rounder again. And then when I try to go too slow, I die. Yeah, now, like there, that's, I don't know. That 10-rounder felt like it was only like half a second slower than the 9-rounder, which doesn't make any sense. There we go. Okay, so that's interesting. So a natural 10-rounder is taking the same amount of time as the safe 9-rounder. But then that's the whole thing. So like if you do it fast, if you get the faster 9-rounder, then it's like 1 second, but there's an asterisk attached to it. So we'll do this. We'll do that. Because that's like, it's not meant to be faster than the traditional 9-rounder, as it were. It's just meant to be faster than a traditional 10-rounder, which it is. Maybe like half a second. I think it was, I don't know, let me try it again. I don't remember already. Oh, okay, it's like roughly a second. It's not quite the full second, but that's okay. Alright, Will, so let me look at this here. You can save a round by flying stone hands off back wall and running bat throw before the 5th round. Can you... I need a little bit of help understanding this. No. I gotta let the bounce happen first. Yeah, I think I need to be 4 rounds in, maybe? No. I'm trying to remember the order of operations to get, like, you mentioned something about a 7-round fight, I think. But I don't remember. I mean, you also have a weapon throw mentioned in there too. Ow. Oh, okay. So then is it like... Because what I'm doing here is I'm doing like the hop kick into stone hands and then 3 rounds of just normal running stone hands to get him close enough to the wall. You mentioned a pipe throw in there. Is there a pipe throw that's required to get the damage down? Daniel? How's it going, Daniel? Because that's 8, and I still can't get him down in 8. Thank you for the good luck. So, like, because that doesn't work in 8... Yeah, I know, right? But I'm playing on console. And how much stamina does he have again? I know you know. It's... Yeah, well, you know, I'm no good at this whole knowing when to do science and when to do practice thing. By the way, I was looking at an old website about this game, and I found a neat Easter egg that I had never seen before at the very least, and this works on both the Japanese and the US version. If you have both controllers plugged in, and you go to your status menu, let me see if I get this right, and it's like you hold left on player 2 and then right and select. Am I not doing that right? Maybe it's right on player 2 and left and select? No? Oh, now it's not working. Oh, now I'm just making shit up. It says left on controller 2 and select and right. Oh. Oh, it only works on... Oh, it doesn't work on the Japanese version. It only works on the US version. Never mind. So that's a neat little Easter egg, but only for the US version. I'll show that later. So where do you fit in the running throw? Like, because I don't feel like I'm ever in a good position to do anything with that pipe. Maybe there. I don't know. Set up throw after 5th. So like after the first like ricochet, after the first like flying stone hands off the wall. That's too slow. Nah. Nah. Yeah. What's going on, Lore Master? I have not yet. This was more of an exercise. Oh, go to the flying stone hands on 4th. See, it feels like I'm too far away. Oh, wait. Okay. No, hold on. I think that was too early. Wait, nope. Hold on. Too slow. No. Wah wah. First of all, it's a punch, not a kick. Second of all, you're way too slow. Ooh. So it's hop, kick, stone hands is round 1. Running, running, flying, running, bat, flying, flying, flying. It's like there's a little alternation in between. Is that how we get there? That's too slow. You are correct. His name is Yamada. I call him Simon out of habit. I think I need to make sure all of those punches land, maybe. And not hesitate and go the wrong way. Damn, I am getting blocked on round 4 here. No. No. I suppose calling him Simon would be an insult. Yeah, what's going on, Green? Nope. And then just running from there. Okay. So you only have to do 1 flying stone hands to get the job done? Oh, yeah. No. I missed the punch. So, I guess just because he gets up huffing and puffing like that doesn't mean he's in willpower. So again, it's hop, kick. Yeah. Yeah, the text just by itself. It may save a little bit more. I haven't done a comparison of every single text segment here. But excuse me, but Will mentioned that there might be a different spot. Puffing is less than 16, so it's like I'm close, but not necessarily. No. Yeah. It's very common amongst retro games. Not even just retro games, just... No. Actually, that did work. Nah. Yeah. Nope. Can't quite get the 8. I getcha, yeah. I can get him to be panting when he stands up after 5, but I can't get him dead at 8. Do you have any suggestions, Will? Is there anything that I'm missing? I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any punches. There we go. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's like there's no room for error there. So now I have to figure out if it's faster. And if so, by how much. So again, our baseline here is 9-round Simon, standard natural 9-round Simon, stone hands only, nothing fancy. He's like 16.1 seconds when he's dead on the ground. Like first blink. So, perfect. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's true. Perfect. No. I think I'm too high. It would be in the 15s. It would save a full second. But before we make any more notes, I have to change this whole thing to say, let's talk about the 8-rounder, since we're talking about all the things. That's when he would die if I did it right. 15.6. So it would be like half a second faster than a natural 9-rounder, which would be like 1.5 seconds faster than a natural 10. Dash. Bad positioning. Bad jump. Yeah, but my intention is not to do any neutral stone hands at all, right? I gotcha. It's there, but it's so hard to get. That's not the time to pick it up. Rascal. Well, that's good. Yeah, missed the punch. Nope, okay. So that was probably... I should have been ready to split. My bad. I'll do it again. Also, there was a follow a few minutes ago. Thank you so much for that follow. I do appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I said 1604 when I finally split. I was a little slow. I did not react to, like, I'm kind of anticipating the deaths when I'm doing these splits, because, like, I'm like, okay, and he's dead on that round, and not reacting to it, so. No, I did it wrong. wanted to try something there. That's too early. Too high. Too left. Too right. That's when he would have died. Nope. That would have been okay, but my positioning was really bad. Can't do standing there. There we go. Yo, Wes, thank you so much for the 3 years of support. I really appreciate it, sir. Okay, so that is a clear half a second ahead of a clean 9-round Yamada fight. So. So what this says is these are the time saves. These are the time saves that we have to look forward to. So here's the cool part. Even if I'm like, okay, let's knock a second off of the hypertapping and just say that, well, you know, if you look at the 4 rooms where you have to dodge a pit so that you can then dodge a ball, those with hypertapping saves you half a second. Let's just say it's 2 seconds. Let's just say that all my other mashing is fine, or I'm like reading a room and that's why there's hesitation and whatever. We're not going full YOLO. We'll just say, you know, go as fast as you can on all the other rooms, which is what I'm trying to do anyway. But, like, let's remove the specific hesitation points. So that brings us down to 11.5 seconds. This is 11.5 seconds worth of stuff that I wasn't even going for. So it wouldn't be in any of my golds. And my golds are chunky as it is, because it's like I only have 4 splits. So yeah. I think this is a good, oh yeah, a good illustration of what's out there.